Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK series. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. I almost said thank you very much for watching and goodbye, but no. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Now, last time out, we were working on some of these quarries. I got some of these quarries in, the coal mines, the iron mine. I have not done any further work on these just yet, but what I have done is I have added a little bit more in the way of these mountain or hilly areas where there are going to be no farms built. So you can see that they are denoted by the darker grass. There will be some changes going on in the future, but they are denoted by the dark grass. There's probably going to be a little bit more added to this at some point. And then I've spent literally hours starting to get all the farmland in. Now, initially, I think episode 1? Episode 2, one of those. Episode 1, I think, is where I started getting the farmland in, and you can see it just there. I have now built up all this area here, all of this area here, all the way down along here, this entire area, all the way along there, and then some of the farmland in this area here. And that is all I've managed to do, just by the constraints of time. It is that difficult. Also, something I've noticed just looking at this, I found this to be a little bit too colourful. Just looking at the UK and looking at a map of the UK, this just seems like it's just a little bit too colourful. I just cannot see the United Kingdom really looking like this with quite this much colour. Now, I think that yes, there are areas where you've got different colours, but in the interests of trying to make it look better, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the majority of these back to green and then add in a few of the wheat and maybe some of these lighter green ones, and we'll use the forest one and perhaps another colour or two, but nothing really beyond that. I might use the brown as well, but I'm going to get rid of all the beet. I think, was it beetroot? I'm not sure. No, was it? I have no idea what this one was. No, sugarcane, wasn't it? Or something like that, whatever it was. I'll be getting rid of the majority of those just because it's just too bright. It doesn't look right. That's going to be perhaps later on, not in this particular episode. So what's going on in this episode? Well, this is going to be the first video that is not going to be time-lapsed of the main series, and what I'm going to be doing is going around every single town, and I'm going to redo the main road, demolish some of the side roads, redo the main road, and then see how the town builds up. And I'm going to do that quite a few times in every single town to give it more of a British look. That should take a little bit of time, and then after that I'm going to denote some areas for little villages, and I'm going to see if I can place some houses and some buildings for the village. So make sure you stay tuned to see some of these cities change up and become more like British villages, and then from there it will build up into the cities that should become the staple of this series. Right, so I'm going to start over here. I'm actually going to pause it, and I'm going to start over here in Bracknell. So we're going to start with Bracknell, and the first thing that I want to do is get annoyed by the autosave. The first thing that I want to do is try and figure out how this road is going to go, what is the best orientation for the road. And I will be honest, the way this is set up, I do quite like this being the centre as it is. What I am not so keen on is the way that these roads are. So we're going to go around and immediately demolish all of these roads, and I will recreate all of these in the best way that I can. And I have to be careful here not to delete the wrong things, because if I delete too much, things just will stop. Things will stop growing. I think that much is okay. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's try and figure out where these roads are going to go. So generally the way you'd be looking at something like this, what kind of road is this? It's actually a really nice cobblestone road. I would like these cobblestone roads to be part of the town. So let's have a look at some of these and see what we have available. And these are the same things that we're going to use. So these are one-way roads. I'd rather have two-way roads. It's kind of large. There we go. That's rather nice. It has a 20 on it. I'm not a fan of the sign, so I'm not sure what. I suppose that's the one without the sign, so we'll use those. So those are the roads we're going to use. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to upgrade these roads. Now it's not going to be a 4-lane road yet, because it would very much just be a 2-lane. So we're going to do this to start with. And that's the main road. There we go. So that's the first bit that's completed. Next up, what I want to do is I want to create these narrow roads. These narrow roads are the roads that are going to loop around and do whatever they need to do. Now, in general, when you have a town created, we end up with these roads where one of the roads will curve, and then there'll be lots of straight roads tending to connect to it, or loops and cul-de-sacs and things like that. So that is what I'm going to try and recreate. So, for example, we have this road here, which is looping quite nicely, and of course, in fact, it is going to continue like that. I am then going to perhaps peel a road off going uphill over here, and just going to do something like this, and then a road that would go along the back of this, and perhaps if I can get it to loop down back towards that road there, and we could have so that would be quite nice. And then perhaps I can do another road that would go off like that, something like that, and then we'll have a cul-de-sac there. So that's one bit done. The next bit that I'm going to do is get annoyed at these weird tree shadows. The next bit that I'm going to do is upgrade this piece of road, and apparently that piece of road there. I'm going to create another one of these roads that go out from here at that's not quite the 90-degree angle that I would like. I'd like there we go, something like that. So we do have a 90-degree angle. Then this road, you can see that the curvature goes down something like that. So we're going to follow that sort of curvature there. And I will connect this road to that road. So now we have that. And from here, we can also create a further sort of cul-de-sac where we can say, well, this cul-de-sac could be like that, and then you can have houses there. And that's what we'd have. And it's similar to what you see at the top. And eventually some of these roads will connect, some of these will not, some of these will become bigger, etc. And then perhaps, let's say on this side, I'd like the road to, let's see. One of the problems I'm having, and I might have to change this, is that we've got an issue where where these buildings are a little bit more modern than they should be, and I need to figure out what on earth we're going to do about that. Let's do this. then perhaps something like that. So you'd have housing there, and then perhaps a street that came off like this and connected to that road there. That looks pretty good to me. So now if we just fast forward a bit, let's see what the AI decides to do. It decides to connect up these roads, which I do not want, so I'll delete that again and again and again. No, apparently it still wants these roads. Still wants those roads. Come on, do something. There you go. Now it's building some houses out here. Now it's understanding what I'm after. Okay, if it wants that road, fair enough. I'm still not happy about this road. But if it wants to do a road there, be my guest. It still wants to build a road there. That's annoying. But there you go. Now you can see sort of how the roads work. Let's get rid of that. Let's see what will it do if I do that. Build even more roads. That's ridiculous. What if I do that? Still builds roads. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out how to prevent this from building roads. What I might do is, as things build up, I'll lay some sort of trap in here so that it cannot. I mean, I see no reason for it to have that road, really. But it's probably going to build it again. Yeah, there it goes again. Okay, so we'll leave that, and you can see Bracknell now growing back to whatever its size wants to be, and that is one town done. So we'll just move along. Let's go to Atleyborough. So this one, I'm quite happy with that central road. That seems to work quite well. What I'm not all too keen on is the way this road comes out and goes over there with, it's sort of just a straight road. I'm not all too keen on how that is running. So I'm going to destroy these roads. I'm going to destroy that and that. Certainly destroy that, destroy that. And what I will do is I'm going to rearrange this entire section here. I have to be careful I do not get rid of too much housing. So we have the crossroads there, which is absolutely fine. And then I will... Now, is that a main road going... Well, we could say that that's a road perhaps going off the map. So we will do this to it. And we can do that. And then this road there to there is that. And so's that's going there. And you can see that the road is like that. So what I will do then is, if I were to get rid of this and this, I can then build a main road something like that. There we go. And then from there we could say, okay, well, how's this road going to go? Well, we've got this, which connects up like that and like so. We will create a road that goes through here, which then does that, and then we can always create another road. Again, we could do a cul-de-sac here. So we do a cul-de-sac, which is not doing what I want it to do. There we go. Like that. And then down on this side, again, a similar thing. We could do a road that will go this way. Let's have a look at the lay of the land. Got something that perhaps... Thank you, Autosave, for getting in the way. Anytime now it will work. I have to admit, the autosave tends to be quite slow. I'm not sure if this is using all the threads on my computer. I sort of doubt it. There we go, we'll do that. And we could say, in fact, we'll leave that as it is, and then we'll do another road out here that follows this way, which leads to, I'd say a cul-de-sac, but perhaps we'll do a road like that. There we go. So there's another town completed. Let's see what happens. See, again, they place roads in the stupidest of places, I think. I also think that these, I've made a mistake. These roads should all be this for now. Just for now. That road I'm okay with. This road I am not. Okay, if you want to do that, perhaps I can work with that. The thing that I'm thinking of is that you drive down here. Let's say you're driving down here. You've got a few houses and then a road like this, which, yeah, I suppose I can work with a road like that. This road I'm still not keen about. I'd much rather that road did not exist. But the computer seems adamant and it seems completely and utterly adamant that that road is going to exist. But there we go. So there's our Atleyborough right now. So that looks pretty good. So that's 2 done. And this is why I'm not doing this as a time lapse, because this is actually quite a fast thing. Oh look, it's even connected up this cul-de-sac. If there is a way to block this, I would love to know. In fact, let's see if there is a way to block this. I bet you there is. If I were to perhaps place an asset somewhere that it cannot possibly take away. No, not that. Not that. Should I just place a train everywhere? It's something that needs to be easy to see. Oh, power station. Power station is going to be somewhere. That much is for sure. Something that's going to be very easy for me to see. Okay, let's look at where they're obvious. It's doing things obviously as a problem. So here, what would happen if I stuffed, and I need something very, very obvious. That's quite obvious, isn't it? There, and I'll stick something there. And there. Let's see what happens. Will it just destroy that? No, it builds it straight through it. Well, that's no good. I need something that I can block with. So will it build straight through a house? Okay, if it wants to do that, then I can always look at sticking a house in. There we go. I need some old style houses. That's the only issue. But if it wants to do that, I am happy to throw in a house that it cannot argue with. Apparently, it does want to argue with. What is wrong with this thing? Billboards. Shove a billboard in there. It's not going to work. I do not think they would appreciate a grain side. There we go. Now remember, there used to be the house plopper tool in Transports Fever, the original Transports Fever, and you used to have assets and everything. But this does not, it seems. Not a clue. No. Just needs something to stop this, really. Road closed. No, that it will build that. If I stuck a train there, would it? Would it accept a train? It's like an airport. class 43. We're seeing into the future. Anyway, I'll work on that when I get a chance to. Let's move to the next one, Carnforth. So once again, we're going to upgrade the main road, which I'm happy again. I'm very happy with this road and this road over here. No problems whatsoever with these particular roads. Now it's the roads on the side that I'm not keen on at all. They're too square. I mean, in a way, the main road is also similarly square, but this is okay. You could have a main road that was straight in this fashion. So here we go. Time to build up some of these side roads. Let's go for, now this is quite a flat area. So realistically, we've got to consider an area where it might be a little bit more flat. And if it's more flat, you're going to end up with some more roads that are not. You'll end up with roads that match a sort of a pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a road this way and a road this way. And actually, no, should I create a road that way or a road that way? No, I'll create a road this way, like this. There we go, like that. And I'll create another road this way. Now this road, I'm going to, funnily enough, it will go all the way out to here, and I want it to become a country road as soon as it gets to there. What's the difference here? Not a clue. Costs a little bit more. There you go. So we'll do that. Or should I have made that go further up this way? May have been a better idea to make that go further up, but that's okay. That's okay. Then if we go back to our standard roads, this road, I'm actually going to have this quite nicely before the hills, before the terrain. Do something along the lines of this. After which I'm going to create some roads inside. Like that, and then perhaps again a cul-de-sac of that sort. And then over here, we've got a road that isn't going to connect to the other. If people do know how to prevent the AI from building things, that would be absolutely awesome, because I know they're going to try and do that, which is something I want to avoid. I just want this to end like that, and perhaps another road to just do that. That's what I want on this side of Carnforth. On this side of Carnforth, I will. This side's a little bit more hilly, so I'm more than happy to start bringing this up and out like that, and then doing a road that tries to do that, and then we'll have this and running along the back like that, and we will do. You'll start doing that. Oh, thank you, autosave. Again, I need to delay the autosave, I think. Make it a little bit better. Come on, come on, come on. So you can see why I'm not doing this as a time lapse, because there really is no point in doing that. See, it's starting to go uphill here. That's looking alright. I'll do one that perhaps goes this way. Eventually, we're looking to have that connecting up. Eventually, we'll have that connecting up, so we'll do that. And that. And that. And I think that. Okay, there's Carnforth. That's looking quite okay. So remember, Britain, everything's squiggly. Let's see what automatic things it creates here. There goes the roads. Some of those roads are just absolutely terrible. That's terrible, that's terrible, that's terrible, that's terrible. Now, I've got to figure out how to stop. No, do not destroy the entire city. Okay. That looks much better. Right, moving on to the next one. Where's the next one? Maxfield. So we have nothing else around here. So with Maxfield, what do we have? Well, there's a problem already. So we've got the road that goes towards Ely is not connected to this. So I'm not happy about that at all. So to fix that, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of all of this. I know main connection is going to be interrupted. And I'm going to reroute that particular road. Yeah, I'm going to definitely reroute that particular road. So I'm actually going to take the cobble road already. And let's go straight out of here just a little. No, I just want, can you not do, there we go. And then I'm going to immediately do this. That's how that road is now going to go. And going out this way, I'm okay with that. So I will go ahead and accept all of this. I will probably end up redoing. I'll end up redoing this part, I think. Can I demolish this part without any problems? Do we have any shops down this side? So this is what I need to be careful of. If there are no shops, I might end up destroying everything. So these are all commercial buildings. Are there any commercials here? No. Industrial, industrial, industrial. You see these I do not like this. Okay, let's do that. We've got enough commercial here just to keep going. And that's again going to probably be a small road. And let's figure out how we want to do this. So I can see the road, I can see the pattern should probably be like that for this one. Let's get rid of you. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Let's get rid of that. Coming down this hill, let's go like this, like that. Should we connect up a road all the way down? I think we probably should. I'll do that. That's probably going to do it regardless. I'll just give it that one. And then down here, this is okay. We've got, you can see how the road's going to end up going. So we're actually going to force it up the hill a bit, like this, so that we've got the space to create roads that look more like this. And then we'll do, hey, guess what? My favourite, it's a cul-de-sac. And over here, I'm not sure how this one's going to pan out. Actually, I do know how this one's going to pan out because I'll do this like that, and then I will do another one like that. That will probably end up connecting something somewhere. It'll probably do, honestly, it's probably going to do that, but that will do on this side. For this side of Maxfield, down that path. We can do a connection here, fairly straightforward there, and then another, maybe give it a little bit of space there, so we'll do that, and once again, as I'm sure you're already expecting, a cul-de-sac, although this one is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to do this to it. And then on this side, just that, and that as we're going down this hill, this direction. And over here. Now I think that should be okay, right? Let's see what becomes of that. Let's go to, should we play this again? We're going to play it after each one and just see what on earth happens. Where is it going to build roads? Absolutely terrible. Absolutely horrific road building. Yeah, I'm really not happy with the road building on this. There we go. Okay, moving on to the next one. So obviously Carnforth has probably built a bunch of stupid roads as well. So I'm not going to continue with that. I'm just going to ignore essentially what's going on and build up the roads manually afterwards. See, what on earth is this? That is one of the stupidest junctions I've ever seen. That road's okay. I'm not fussed about that road. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Let's go to West Brom. West Brom is one of those, again, where the roads come in and they just... I do not like the way these roads are coming in and connecting. So we're going to... First of all, we're going to demolish this entire section. That is going to connect up to this. That's the first thing. Second is we're going to demolish this section. Like that. And that. We will then... And this section as well is going to be changed. Right, how are we going to connect this? So these all come from different areas. We could all sort of connect it into a little centre. So the first one is, let's reconnect this. That's fine. Second, I want to bring that in not as a straight line into something. I'd rather bring that in like this. That's more like what I would expect coming up from here. Then get rid of that. Yeah, that's more so what I'm expecting. Then I would like this one to... Should I have that connecting here or should I just do that? Let's do that. And then this... I want this one to be turning in... like this. Followed by this one joining onto it. So I do not want it going out here. What I would much rather do is if I could do that, that would be interesting, like a 5-way junction kind of thing, which is potentially possible. But I think it would be much better if we did this and then sent this out on its way. there. Wow, another autosave. It's like it autosaves every 10 minutes. I think it might. Settings. Autosave. Every 10 minutes. Change that to every 30 minutes. 20 minutes would have been nicer, but there we go. There we go. So that's like that. And then we can create all the other bits. Or first convert the rest of this as I want it to be. There we go. That's all fine. Now let's go ahead and create all the others. Now we've got this here, you see, and that's something I'm going to use as a filter for me, because I'm going to say, well, this road could not go any further because of that. And then we created a there you go. A set of roads were created here. Again, we're not, see, it's quite important not to create too many, what's the right term for this? We do not want to create too many square angles or anything like that, because that's not what we have in Britain. All the roads that you're seeing now are not going to be that kind of an angle. There's very few roads that are arrow straight all the time. Like this is fine. See, you've got one road straight there and one straight section there up to there. That's okay. But beyond that, it's going to be too much if we do anything further. So how does the land go here? So we're going to peel off in this direction. See, now we could connect that like that, and I will connect that like that. Following from that, I'm actually going to just do this, and then over here, should we make a crossroads here? Let's make a crossroads. I'll do that. See that that's going upwards like that, and then once again cul-de-sac and cul-de-sac. I'll tell you what, another cul-de-sac. Out on this side, I'm going to do a road that goes up like this, and it will twist down in this direction, meaning that this road should be able to then connect like that to it. And then out here, hey, guess what? Once again, let's have some cul-de-sacs. Like that and like that. Perhaps we'll do just another one like that. And then over here, similar kind of thing. I'm just looking at the way the land is, so we'll do that. And should we connect that road up like that? That seems like a sensible thing to do. And there you go. There's West Brom completed. Right. So how many is that? How many have I done now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not too bad. How many towns do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. About 27 towns. So now let's go ahead and do Barnstable. Now Barnstable is going to be an interesting one because we have this road by the sea, which is something that we are going to make use of. So we have two options here. Either we redo the entire pathing for this, so to make this road come down here, or we leave it up there. And I am actually going to leave that road up there. And because of the way Barnstable's already growing, I am going to leave quite a lot of it alone. So there's a quite significant amount I am going to leave. What I am going to do, of course, is upgrade the roads that I'm definitely keeping so I can see them from there, please. There you go, so I can see the road. That bridge is going to need redoing. Actually, yes, do it there, and then you do that to there. And now I'm going to build in the remainder of the roads that I want to do. In fact, I'm actually going to convert this to a small road, this to a small road. I'm going to leave that a main road because of obviously where it is. And that can also remain with that straight line. So, for this one, well, we've already got this road, so I might as well just continue this up to there. And then see what we have. Very flat, so again, we're just going to... This is where roads tend to be straighter through the flatter ground. I'll do something like that. That's looking fairly good. And then I'm not too keen on the way that road is going to go, so I'm going to perhaps do a connection like this. And then on this side we could do another road going out this way. And you can sort of see where I'm going with this and how I'm creating these roads. That's not ideal. So let's do that, and then that, and then that, and then perhaps just connect that up there. Similarly on this side, I think everything's fairly flat again, so I'll just do this up to there. Try and keep that like that, and then one like that. And then can I turn that in? Come on, I should be able to turn that in. Nope, not quite where I want it to be, so I'll turn it upwards instead. No, that's fine. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to do another. So what I want to do is I want to connect that to that in a similar fashion to this one. And then do that there, that there, that there, and oh, can I do that like that? Yeah, that seems okay. That seems to run fairly well. So there's Barnstable. And lastly, I do want to, as this is going to be a main road, kind of want to join this back up. The way I want to join it up is going to be, do I want to join this up like that, or no, I'd much rather do a shallower angle on this side there. Then I'll do that, and then I can do, there we go. There we go, that's quite nice. A little bit of a wobble there. I can even say, hey look, we're going to connect you up there. That could probably potentially do that. And that's Barnstable growing. And obviously once the time comes, we'll start growing it out on this side as well. But that looks promising for Barnstable. Next up, Ely. Okay, again, Ely is one of those where you've got the roads coming in from different places and just not centralizing really. So I'm going to try and figure this one out. What I think I will do is I will actually get rid of this road entirely there, and then I'll create a new road that ends up joining to that. And that goes to West Mersey. So we are going to take this road down too. We're going to take this road down and this down all the way. I would like this road to connect up there. I've got to be careful on this one once again. This one, that can connect into here, and then that, if that can connect into here, that can connect into here. That makes that a lot smaller, or that connects straight down to this. That would be an interesting one, to get rid of that. And then I'll leave that bit as it is. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So we'll go for that. You stay these main roads. Okay, you want to be a main road up to there. Let's do that. In fact, hello. Let's connect one of these roads up there. So which road should we connect? This one or this one? I think this one. There we go. And then you can connect in like that. That is a much. In fact, no. Did I want it? Do I want that to connect down here? That's a question to ask. No, I'd much rather it connects here then. Like that. I'll have you going down. Right, what's this way? West Mersey, what's this way? More country roads. So I'll have you doing that. And then I'm going to connect a thin road like this and upgrade that section as if that's actually a housing estate kind of thing. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'll pull this out from here. So we're going to do this. And generally roads like these are called things like Church Lane or something Gate. That's what these roads end up being named because of naturally how they are. Because it's normally where they have a church at the edge of a village or something, and that's the tendency of roads like that. And obviously a gate that's kind of self-explanatory there. The gate. That looks okay. Could do a road. Now this road could be then thinned. There you go. I'm not keen on this little junction here really. I'd much rather this junction did this. There we go. This bit more wobbly, bits more British, I would say. And guess what? Yep, as you may have guessed it already, cul-de-sac. I wonder if cul-de-sacs are used a lot in France. It would be interesting if they are not. And that can end up like that. That looks rather nice. We'll do this like that. That could eventually end up connecting there. And then a road that does this and then turns down this way and then continues out that way where it starts going up the hill. That's good. And then on this side, perhaps once again, just a crossroad will be nice. There we go, like that, and then like that. Oh, there we go, you could just connect that up as well. Okay, that looks good, that's nearly done. Moving on to the next one. So we're starting to get about halfway down the map. Obviously, we're not going to do everything. This episode's already gone on long enough, but that's the point. So Bentham is good. I like that in the middle. I like this. It's just these roads I'm not happy with. So that should be a very easy one. In fact, I'm quite happy with that road and that road. I'm not happy with this one. That one's okay. I'm just not happy with this. The rest of the roads are actually quite good. That's surprising. So I'll do, let's see, there to there. So we'll do that to that. There, let's do up to there. And then obviously into here. These roads can then become small roads. There, there, and there. And then we'll just build up the rest of them. So this one, I can just continue along here. That's one kind of works for me already. This one works quite nicely. I can then peel a road off in this direction. Like that. And then for this one, I can do a similar thing where perhaps I will do that to the road. Over on this side, I'll take the road out like that, turn it along there, and then run with this along the edge of the forest. Bring that along there. Can I connect that and that? Potentially, but I do not want to. Let's have a look at a road going out here. You can see the sort of the slope of this. Like that, like that. Should we connect that right the way across? Not keen on that, but what I would like to do is connect this to that. There we go. And then say that this road were to continue up the hill like this, so obviously it needs to slope around that way. We can then create a downhill, a nice. Actually, let's do one of these. We've not done one of these. We've only done. Actually, no, correction. We've probably only done one of these. That. Again. That will probably end up connecting, which is fine by me. And then you go there. Like that, and like that, going up the hill. There you go, that's Bentham done. So that's how we want it to grow. Next up, West Mercia. West Mersey. Again, you can see that road connection is just all wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish this connection here and then connect this road up like this. There we go. That's that sorted. That was literally it on that section. Then I'm going to demolish this section. That one's okay. That one is. You know what? I will leave that one too. I will convert all of this. Well, not all the way up to there. All of that. That much. That looks good. And then go to the small ones. There and there. And start creating these. So here we go. You can see the slight slope here. So we're just going to follow that around like this. Well, then I'm actually going to connect this road quite easily up to there. This side I'm going to do one of those nice cul-de-sac ideas again. There, like that. Then over here. Sometimes the cul-de-sacs look like this, by the way. So you'll have it twist around to follow one section and then twist around to follow another, and then that's how the roads in Britain grow, and then perhaps you'd end up with a few straight lines there or things like that. So that's another thing to be aware of when creating British roads. Or perhaps, actually, thinking about this could be a European thing as well. It's only tends to be America that's... No, actually, in Paris they've got a lot of straight roads, don't they? It's any place really that's very, very old would tend to have things like this. That's generally how you know. The geography would actually tell you just how old some of these areas are. There you go. That looks okay. Not all too keen on this bit, so I'll get rid of that. Actually going to get rid of that connection. Leave that like that, and whoops. Turn this up going that way. There we go. Nope. Yes and yes and yes. Cool. There's another one done. Okay, so that's, what's that, half the map? So that's half the map done. Let's have a look at the other ones. Let's do one more. So we've got Litchfield here. Again, now with Litchfield, it's an interesting one because the road comes from there, and then you've got the road coming from there, which is coming from Berwick. Now the Berwick road connects here, which is pretty cool. So what I want to do is I want this road to end up connecting out here. So the easiest way for me to do that is to demolish this section, demolish that section, and connect this right the way around. And this is what the main street will end up being. So that is now our new main street, which I'm quite happy with. So that is already done for me. That's actually not a problem there. I will get rid of, not keen on this road here or that road, nor do I like this one. That one's okay, and then get rid of that one. And that's all of the rest of the industrial that we have, so I cannot get rid of that one, annoyingly. And then let's go ahead and continue. Right, road here, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. That looks pretty good. So that will eventually probably connect up to the road going towards Berwick. And you can see that there's that road there, which eventually that could all connect up to. And this is the sort of thing that you've got to keep an eye out for. It's also, where could things perhaps be connecting in the future? Not because that's what it's like, that's how they did things, but more so because for transport fever, you've got to be aware of stuff like that. So that's why I'm having to take some of that into account. Not a lot, though. There and there, that's good, that's good. Probably want, here's something. There you go. That road can connect there. And then we'll have a... Actually, it might be a good idea if I did this. I think this might be a fairly clever idea. Either that or it's going to be I was going to say an unmitigated disaster, but that's probably dramatising it a little too much, really. I think an unmitigated disaster is a bit too too much. There we go. That's that Litchfield now done. So we've got the road connected a lot better. Now, the question is whether I want the Berwick upon Tweed Road to be the main road and this road connecting onto it from West Mersey, or do I want it the other way around? That's a question for a later time. So, what's left to go? We have New Romney, Downham Market, Ollerton, Berwick itself. We have Maryport, Croydon, Shepton Mallet, Batsley, Bridge North, Shepshire, Stratford, Chagford, Taunton, Kingsbridge and Sudbury. So I'm probably going to do a number of those off camera, but it gives you an idea as to how I'm going to go about designing them. And there we go. So let's see which one's going to look quite nice for a West Brom. West Brom certainly looks quite good for a design. So that is where I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK series. Look at that. That's actually starting to make sense. To me, that does look like how a city would start growing and how a village would start growing. So I'm quite happy with that. Once that fills up, that should be really nice. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. And did I say leave a comment? Leave a comment letting me know what you think. Obviously, things are going to be building up. I'm kind of concerned about the era of housing. Things are just going a little bit awry there, but I'm going to see if I can fix that. Also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK series.